This is Goku-san DBZ, and welcome back for a new top 10 list. This time, it's going to be a new fighting game top 10 list. This time, I thought I'd count down my personal top 10 favorite heroes in fighting games. First, some honorable mentions. Keep in mind, this is all fighting games, at least that I have personally played, and I specifically like these characters. Honorable mentions from the Mortal Kombat series, Sub-Zero. That is the brother, of course, to Bihan. Johnny Cage, Mortal Kombat. From Soul Calibur, Killick. Talon. From Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, X. Also from Marvel vs. Capcom series, Cable. From the Bloody Roar series, Long the Tiger, Sheena the Leopard. Also from Marvel vs. Capcom series, Dante. With that said, coming in at number 10 is actually a tie between three characters. There's going to be a lot of ties on this list, to be honest, since it's top 10. It was hard for me. A tie at number 10, first from the Marvel vs. Capcom series, tied at 10, is Strider, Hiryu. Which is always awesome looking with, of course, his red scarf. And definitely Marvel vs. Capcom 1 got me to actually check out Strider games, and I'm glad I did. The Strider games are actually really good. Expect sometime in the next, hopefully sometime in the near future, I will hopefully do a playthrough of one of the most recent Strider games on PS4. Since I recently picked it up pretty cheap on PS Plus a couple months back. Also tied with him at number 10 from the Darkstalkers series, and technically he's an anti-hero, Dmitry Maximov. And tied with them at 10 is probably a person some people might be surprised in my top 10, but yeah, he's in a three-way tie for 10th place. And that is the awesome and, in my opinion, somewhat underrated character, tied with Strider and Dmitry, also a Capcom character, Dan Hibiki, tied at number 10. Congratulations, Dan. And by the way, Dan Hibiki should have been in Street Fighter V, in my opinion. Coming in at number 9 from the Mortal Kombat series, always a pretty cool character, and I've pretty much always enjoyed him, but I really like him in some of the more recent games. I even like the fact that he appeared in Injustice 2. Coming in at number 9 is Lord Raiden. I've always been a Raiden fan, going all the way back to the early MK games. More specifically, I think I liked him in MK2 a bit more than MK1. MK1, it was always more about Scorpion or Liu Kang. Coming in at number 8, pretty much always my all-time favorite Wafu character, of course, from the Street Fighter series, coming at number 8, Chun-Li. Next, coming at number 7, might be a somewhat surprise to some people, but as a long-time huge fan of the Bloody Roar series, I had to give some representation to the Blade Roar series. So, coming at number 7 goes to Buckaroo the Mole. As I said, honorable mentions, Sheena the Leopard and Long the Tiger. But I love Buckaroo the Mole, especially in Bloody Roar 2 and onward. But specifically, Blade Roar 2, I really like him. I like his playstyle, the mechanics. Besides, also, I just always liked his mole form because of different moves he could use, and his supers are also really good. He is always quite useful, especially with his speed. That's one thing I always liked about the character. He's definitely fun to use in battle, and another really cool like ninja character with a scarf. Much like Strider, the personally I like Buckaroo a little bit more. Coming at number 6 is a tie between two characters from Killer Instinct. Tied at number 6 is first the monk, Django. And tied with Jago, Saberwolf. Definitely Saberwolf and Django of good guys out. I would love to have Fogor, but I don't think you can really consider Fogor a good guy. So that's why instead I chose two of my all-time favorite heroes that I've always liked in the games, going all the way back to the original, especially Saberwolf, was always of good guys, was always my favorite in the first Killer Instinct game. Though it pretty much always, my top two characters were always him or Fogor, but technically Saberwolf is a good guy, so with Django coming in at number 5. Another tie, and from the Tekken series this time, is a tie being, however you want to say his name, Guam, Huarang, whatever. But I've always enjoyed his playstyle, his kick combos. I've always enjoyed him, and treating a person like I'm playing Hacky Sack. I believe that's the name of the game that was really popular in the 90s. Human Hacky Sack. It's a kind of fun juggling and stuff, characters with his kick combos. But I've always enjoyed his unique style. And with him tied at number 5 is his arch rival, Jin Kazama. I've always liked his playstyle, though more specifically, I think of games, I like Jin Kazama's playstyle probably the most in Tekken 4, personally. That was always my favorite version of him gameplay-wise. Probably then, it's probably between Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag. After Tekken 5, I really don't care much for the gameplay style of Jin Kazama. It was mainly up till 5. Coming in at number 4, easily my favorite character of the Soul Calibur series. Coming at number 4 is Siegfried, of course. Though my all-time favorite character is, of course, obviously a villain named Nightmare, but the good version of Nightmare, Siegfried. From Germany, of course. But yeah, Siegfried comes in 4th place. I've always enjoyed him as a character, and he gets more interesting. He definitely becomes a bit more edgy as time progresses. He's becomes a little bit more, acts like a anti-hero, but at the same time, he is a hero because he wants to redeem himself for his past sins. And I think that's good. He's definitely one of the more complex heroes in the Soul Calibur series. It's one thing I've always liked about the character. Coming at number 3 is a guy I've always liked since the original Mortal Kombat, and I even still play him to this day. I actually really liked his gameplay style in Mortal Kombat Deception, though he was a zombie. Coming at number 3, favorite hero of all time in fighting games, Liu Kang. Next, coming in at number 2, pretty much my favorite good guy of all time, though it's ended up a tie in the end of the day. And tied at number 2 is between pretty much two of my all-time favorite good guys from the Street Fighter series. Tied at number 2 is Ryu, and a character some people may be surprised I actually like this much, but honestly, Charlie Nash ties at number 2. I've always liked the Charlie Nash character, especially in the Alpha series, and he came back, and I love his redesign in Street Fighter V. Coming at number 1, you hear music in the background from, of course, Final Fantasy VIII, though technically, also you can hear, of course, this music in Final Fantasy Dissidia series. Coming at number 1 from the Final Fantasy Dissidia trilogy. Coming at number 1 is Squaw Lionheart. Of course, really from Final Fantasy VIII, though I love his gameplay style, especially in Dissidia 012 on the PSP. He's kind of fun. He is enjoyable still in Dissidia NT. I think he plays better in 012, but he's still really good in Dissidia NT, but that's my favorite hero in all fighting games. So leave a comment below, tell me who are your personal favorite heroes in any fighting game series. And I'll see y'all next time, same YouTube time, same YouTube channel.